What if you could automate your entire content business with the help of the tools that are available? What if you could use Claude AI, Google Antigravity, and a self-hosted server to automate almost everything? Right? That's exactly what I'm going to cover in this video, and that's what I've been doing for the last few months. So in this video, I'm going to cover everything. So basically, this video is more inclined towards blogging and reviewing your website, finding bugs in your website, okay, fixing them, getting a report from Google Analytics, Microsoft Clarity, right, Google Search Console, and being webmasters, right? So basically this will help you to understand how your website are performing, how your content is going on. And the system that I built is basically a 5-layer system, right? First layer, we have a content research and content preparation for blogging, and layer 2 is publishing content and SEO optimization, and layer 3 is analytics and reporting, and layer 4 is finding the bugs and fixing them, okay, and make your website better. And layer 5, we have a minor automation and distribution to the social media, right? We are going to distribute the content that we have created in social media. So again, I'm saying that it's more inclined toward blogging and social media content creation. And I'm still building the video automation. Right now, we have a feedback loop in the current system, right? Let's say we published a blog post, we need a review system, and also we need to fix the content if there is any error in the website or the content is low value or anything we need to check up. Then we have an entire system right now, okay? So let's get started with layer 1 and layer 2. Okay, you can see here that we have the overview of layer 1 and layer 2. Layer 1 is content creation and layer 2 is SEO optimization and publishing, right? So layer 1 basically start with Claude AI, okay? What happens, I'm going to explain like in brief what happens here, right? So first of all, we give YouTube link to Claude AI or a topic or keyword, right? And Claude AI then performs a research based on the skill.md file. I have created a skill.md file called Indish Blog Publisher. So it's like the series of the tasks that I have given, like a set of the instruction, which tool to use, when to use, at exact what time, like all of those things I've given here, the instruction, right, in the skill.md file. So Claude uses that one. Based on this instruction, it uses multiple MCP server. We have here YouTube transcript MCP. This MCP server is created by me and I have deployed on my own server, that is Qualify server. And here we have Indish MCP server. This one also I've created myself to generate the images, okay, based on the prompt, and git and URL, right, okay, on our subdomain. So then we have a Ghost public MCP. So you can use also Ghost public MCP, right? That is absolutely for free. So Ghost is basically a CMS platform. So I have a self-hosted Ghost website and I got this public MCP from GitHub, right? I'm also going to share with that. So you are doing absolutely everything for free if you have a Claude AI, right, subscription, or if you don't have also you can do that. If you have a Claude desktop, right, that's it. So once this instruction are followed, right, then it draft a post, okay, it get the transcript of the video, or it do the research using another MCP called Firecrawl MCP, and then it will generate the images, okay, and then it will upload the images to Cloudflare R2, and it will return the URLs of the images that is hosted on my subdomain. Then it draws the post from my Ghost website, okay, and then it draws the blog post, add the internal link. So here it comes the second step, right, that is layer 2, SEO optimization and publishing. So in the previous step, Claude browses the post, okay, and then it uses here, right, it add internal links and external link in the drafted blog post, okay. So it will add the internal links and also it add the external link, right, searching the web, which are the relevant external link it can add here. Then it will add the images in the blog post and the alt text to the images. It will optimize it, it will structure it, it will add the keywords, it will also make sure that it is following EEAT guidelines, right, okay. Then it will come to the content quality check, and then it will check the originality and readability, right, and then it will publish the blog post to my Ghost CMS website. That's it, that's the overall process. So let's get started with the layer 1 and layer 2 first. Now you can see that we are inside Claude AI, right? So before I get started, I need to show you something like the Claude skills and the MCP tools that I have, right? So I'll just simply click here on this plus, and then you can see in the connectors, right, I have N8N here. So I'm not exactly using N8N here right now. I'm going to show you the N8N step in the layer 5, right? But what we are using, like Firecrawl MCP, as you can see, like Firecrawl MCP I'm using to scrape any website or like my website to find errors or something like that, so I'm using Firecrawl MCP as well. Then we have Ghost MCP, that MCP that I talked about, right, that is a free MCP server that you can find, okay. And then here we have Indish image, that is my own MCP server. Then we have your YouTube transcript MCP server, right? 3 MCP server I'm using here, as you can see. But let me show you the skills right here. You can see here we have skills, right? So I'll open the skills, and then you can see the Indish blog publisher skills, right? And you can see what are the tools you are using here. All the instructions are given here. Okay, now let me put a YouTube video link, okay, and generate a blog post. You can also input a keyword, right? So before we do that, right, we need to enter just here slash and then Indish blog publisher skill. That is the skill we are going to use, right? I'm going to share everything with you, so don't worry about that. Like all the resources, I'm going to share my skills and then MCP servers with you so that you can use them, right, for your blog publishing and automation. And then you need to put a YouTube video link. That's it, or a keyword, whatever keyword that you want to use. That's, if you just give this context only, you'll start creating the blog post and publish to your website, right? So let's go to YouTube and let's say I'm going to use this video from my own YouTube channel. Okay, I'm just going to copy this link of the video and then I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to explain every step here, what exactly happening here. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it here and then I'll just click here on write this. Okay, enter. Now what will happen, it will use the YouTube transcript MCP to get the transcript of the video. So I'll show you what API I've created here. Okay, I'll go to my server, right? That's what I told you, that you need a server, right? So this is a self-hosted server, right? As you can see, my website is here, Indish Marketer website is here, right? Image generator and storage is here. Like this is the image generator and N8N is here, and then transcript API is here, right? So transcript API, as you can see, I have deployed it here, right? This API, but I have generated using this Claude AI, right? Everything is deployed and done with the help of Claude code itself, right? I do not do anything here, okay? But we have a Cloudflare here, because when you send a request from server like this, YouTube does not accept your request and it never gives you the transcript. So you need a server where it's trusted. For example, Cloudflare R2, Cloudflare Worker is a trusted server, right? So you can use that to get the transcript. Let me go back to Claude and see what is happening. You can see the transcript is extracted. Before writing, one quick question: do you have any affiliate links? So that's my affiliate link, right? And I'm going to enter it, right? Now, as you can see, that I told you that it's gonna browse the post. As you can see, it's browsing the post throughout the website. As you can see, it's sending the request, okay? And it's gonna browse all the posts that I have on my website, okay, one by one in batches. And then it's gonna use this for internal links, okay? That's what I told you initially. Right, so now let's go back to Cloudflare and I'll show you what exactly happening. So I will go here to workers. You can see there I have one worker and pages. Inside the worker and pages, you can see that transcript API, right? And you can see here we have the transcript API, okay, right? So you can also make such a worker here. You can just tell Claude AI to make a worker for you and then it will make a worker for you, right? And then now you can see that the request we are sending, everything you can see from here, right? So basically it's just only the technical thing here is that you just need to create a worker and get the link of the worker, and then you need to connect with your server, right? Then once you connect with your server, the server going to send the request to Cloudflare Worker, and Cloudflare Worker going to return you the transcript, right? That's it. Don't complicate it with all this technical terms, because once you start exploring Claude AI, right, Claude code, you're gonna understand everything very easily. So here we have image generator. Like first we generate the image using OpenAI API key. So you need OpenAI API key here, and then secondly you need to store the image somewhere, because the link to the image that OpenAI image give you, they're temporary, they're not permanent. So you need to save that somewhere, those images, right? If you just get that link from the OpenAI and if you embed that image in your blog post, and what will happen, right? That link will be not from your own domain, right? It is coming from some other domain. You need to create a subdomain, like let's say images.indishmarketer.com I've created for myself. So my images are hosting on my image domain. So where I've hosted this image actually. So I've hosted in Cloudflare as well, something called R2. It's like, storage. You can store your images here, any object, your videos or anything that you want to store, right? So you can see I have one storage here, as you can see, like a bucket inside here, blog images. You can see here, right? I'm storing the images here in this R2 storage. Okay. Now let's go back to Claude and see how far we have reached. So now you can see that we have got internal links, right? And this is how it has structured the articles from the transcript, right? And we have internal links. We have 4 internal links that it's adding here. Then you can see the images are getting generated, like one image is got generated. Let's check the image from here. So here we have the URL of the images, right? So https images indishmarketer.com, as you can see. I'll copy the URL of the image and I'll show you the image, okay? You can see this is how image look like, okay? Now this is really a good image, like showing a real screenshot, right? But so this is happening because we are following the context given in our blog, right? And all this thing happening because Claude AI know the context. Why? Because we have added the skill. So you need a proper skill here. I'll tell you, right? If you just give a random prompt and use just the MCP server, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, right? You need to give a proper instruction, and you give the instruction through Claude skills. Okay, you need to use that skill here. Okay, so once the images are generated, it's going to publish the blog post to our website. So let's wait for that moment. Once the blog post is published, I'm going to show you everything, right? So what will happen, let me tell you in brief what is happening. So first, it finding all the tools, right? Okay, it will first load the skill, then it will read the skill, then it will find all the tools. Okay, then it will browse the post. Okay, and then it will browse the post in batches, like, because there are multiple posts in my website. Okay, so it will browse all the posts, and it will find the best relevant posts which are actually qualified to be interlinked, right? It will not put any random latest link. It will going to find in batches all the posts that I publish on my website, and it will only select the posts that are relevant. Okay, then it will generate the blog images. Okay, after generating the images, it will write the content, it will add the images, it will add the interlink, it will add the title, it will add everything. Then it's going to publish to my blog ghost website. Okay, so once we have it, I'm going to show you here. Okay, so now you can see that the images are created, and article looks clean and published into the ghost as draft now. It is publishing as a draft now, and you can see post it added here. And if I go to the request section, then you would see that the title is written here, the paragraphs, everything is written, right? Now it will be published. As you can see, if I come back here to Claude, you can see that the post is already published. You can see here. So I'll also go to LinkedIn, right, to check if the post is published. So I'll simply go to my profile. Okay. Right, I'll go to my profile, and you can see the post is published. Okay, here is the link to the post, so I'll open it. So as you can see, this is our blog post, right? So you can see that it has added the title. This is not actually the SEO title. Okay, SEO title is not this one, because SEO title is not long like that. It has already created the SEO meta title. Okay, then you can see that this is the excerpt. Okay, then this is the feature image. And you can see we have other images here, like, as you can see, this is realistic, right? Really real. And if I go down below, you can see there is other image, right? Other images are here. Okay, and one more image is here, right? One more image will be here. It's not loaded yet. Okay, so yeah, that's how it created. Okay, right? And this is the feature image. So let's see if it's added the alt text or not. So I'll click here alt text. So you can see that we have here alt text. Now check the post URL. So the slug, you can see, is very short, like it's very not very long. Okay, and it also added tags automatically, right? Then we have here like this metadata. Okay, this is the actual title, like the meta title, as meta description is very small, right? Then you can see everything is here, right? So it has actually done in the backend all the things that has to be done, right? Okay, now let's check the internal links. We have here the first internal link, as you can see, right? And then we can also find some other internal links. You can see another internal links is here. It's how we use Claude just to give one prompt, or you just give one keyword or just one video link, and it publish a whole blog post, adding the images, make it SEO optimized, right? And so, okay, now we're done with layer 1 and layer 2. Now we are on layer 3 and layer 4, right? So let me explain in brief what is layer 3 and layer 4, right? So in layer 3, as I told you previously, that we are going to do the analytics and reporting, and here we have in the layer 4 SEO optimization and implementation. So in this step, we are going to use Google Antigravity, and the approach will be basically in two ways. We can use either N8N workflow or custom code in real-time mode, like we're going to build real-time code using Google Antigravity and execute them. Okay, so either way, we need to start with a prompt, right? And let me tell you that I have connected my N8N instance with Google Antigravity via MCP. Similarly, I have also connected with Claude AI, the same N8N instance with Claude as well. So now we're going to execute that, right? So here, let me explain what happened. Like once you give a prompt, let's say you are giving a prompt. Okay, let me give you the report from Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Bing Webmaster, and Microsoft Clarity. From these 4 sources, okay, I want a report, and create a dashboard for me, and all the insight, all the reports, everything. I want to understand what's going well in my website, what's going wrong in my website, or anything. Like you want to get a report, it's going to give in just one prompt. So either it will go with 2 ways, right? Either it's going to use N8N workflow mode, and if it's failed to gather some information with N8N workflow mode, then it's going to also use the custom code in the real-time mode, right? It's going to build a code and it's going to execute that. So for that, you need to install Python and Node.js, right? Also, you need to get the API keys from your Google Cloud, right? You need to create credentials there. You need to connect with your anti-gravity or with N8N, right? So that you can start getting the data, and also you need to go to Bing Webmaster to get the API key, right? So that you can access Bing Webmaster and Microsoft Clarity. So once you gather the data from step 3, that is layer 3, you're going to move to the layer 4, that is SEO optimization implementation. This is basically not SEO optimization, it's my mistake. It should be like a fixing bugs and implementation, right? Basically that's the goal here. Like we want to fix. So first we are going to identify the technical issues, right? SEO, performance, any type of issues, content issues is there. We are going to identify them from these reports, right? Basically you, in the first step, you're going to identify the issues, then you will create an implementation plan, like how you're going to prioritize, how you're going to plan the fixes. Then you will actually start the implementation. You'll fix and optimize the pages. You'll optimize the speed if it's required. You'll optimize the SEO, the UI, everything, the theme, all this thing you can execute here, right? Fixing means here that we are going to even edit the theme as well, right, of the website. We are going to edit the entire website if it's required. Okay. Then content optimization. You can rewrite the content if the content is not doing well. You can add the internal links. You can add images, alt text, or you can get a backlink as well. You will have an optimized website with better SEO, better performance, right? So now you can see that I'm inside Google Antigravity here. Okay. And I'm not using the Google Antigravity IDE, right? I'm using the agent version of the Google Antigravity. Okay. So inside the agent, right, what I will do, I will select the model here, Claude 4.6, right, Opus, the thinking model. Now first I'll show you my N8N workflows here. So you can see that I have created 4 N8N workflows here so that Antigravity can connect with them. First we have Bing SEO Analyzer, then we have Google Search Console SEO Analyzer, then we have Google Analytics 4 Analyzer, then Microsoft Clarity Live Insight Analyzer. So these are the 4 workflows that I've actually created with the help of Claude itself, right? And I publish them here. So I'm not going very detailed about creating the workflows because the video is already very long. Okay. So yeah, so let's get started here. So I'm going to put a prompt here. So I have already created one prompt using ChatGPT. So let me copy that prompt from here. And it's going to create a report. It's going to identify the problems, and it's going to also give us the implementation plan, right? Quick implementation plan or long-term implementation plan. Everything we're going to get from this just one execution. Okay. So let me paste the prompt and let me show you the result in real time. Okay. So I'm just going to paste it here, right? And then I'm just going to hit enter. One more thing, if you have already connected your workflows and if you already executed the same thing with Antigravity, then Antigravity remembers all these things, right? It saves in your local memory, right? So it can see the previous conversation that you had with Antigravity. So it can see all this conversation and it can remember all these things. So yeah, it is also really helpful for you. Okay. Yeah, so you can see that it started already, like 3 sub-agents working together here. So one is looking for the previous conversation researcher, then one is looking for MCP tool researcher, then N8N workflow researcher, right? So all these 3 workflows are working together, okay? So you can see that it's already calling this MCP tools, right? Like N8N, it is searching the workflows, it's executing the workflows, and it's also getting the report from the platforms, right? You can see here. Yeah, so once it's done, I'm going to show you everything, right? Okay, so finally you can see that after giving just one prompt, and it almost worked for I think 5 to 10 minutes, more than I think 10 to 15 minutes it had worked, and it has like given us the result as you can see here, right? What are the critical error that it has found? What is actually give us? Okay, interactive HTML dashboard it has given, and comprehensive audit report. 2 things it has provided us. One is MD file, one is HTML file, and then you can see that top 5 critical reports that are showing that Google organic traffic is essentially dead. Traffic is declining by 50%. 2 pages, 63% of all traffic, right? And homepage engagement is 12.5%, right? But have lost conversion, right? You can see the impact here, all of those things. And bright spot being Yahoo, DuckDuckGo dominate, right? Alternative search engines love this content, right? But not Google. Okay, AI chatbot referral are growing. ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot sending 145 sessions, right? So it has, the audit is complete for the 90 days. Okay, as you can see. So I'll go to the deliverables, open them, okay, and check. And let me search. As you can see here, we have 2 deliverables. So let me open this. So if I open this HTML, you can see that the background is very dark, right? So we need something that we can see it properly, because with this background, right, I can't even see properly, right? So we need a proper background to see all these things so we can see it better and we have better visual understanding, right? So let's go and tell here to the HTML file has a dark background. I want you to convert, okay, I want you to convert it to a bright background, and accordingly the text and other visuals to dark colors or any other colors or any colors that will be visible in bright colors, right? That's it. So let's go with this, okay, and wait for it to generate the HTML file with the, it's going to just make the changes in the HTML color like the, you know, the CSS, right? That's it. So you can see that it's already made the changes. So let's go back here and see if it is actually reflecting or not. So I'll just simply refresh here. Yeah, it's now all good, right? You can see that it has made the changes, but there is some symbolic issue here. I don't know exactly why. And so anyway, let's ignore this and let's see. I think it's already, we have the enough information here. So site health, you can see critical, right? You can see critical urgent action required, right? Because we have right now active user in the last 90 days. You can see here all the session, page views, Google, only 9 clicks we got so far, and Google average positions is 35.5, and Bing clicks, as we can see, yeah, the organic traffic is dead, 9 clicks in 90 days, extreme content concentration in 63% traffic on 2 pages only, right? So I have all the reports here, right? As you can see here, we have the G4 traffic analytics. You can see all the traffic trends here, right? We can see here traffic sources, okay, from where we're getting the most traffic. You can see direct traffic, then we have a Yahoo, then here we have Bing traffic, right? So top search engine is Bing, then Yahoo, then DuckDuckGo. Google is very less here. Then engagement rate by channel, you can see organic search here, right? So you can see all of those things right here, okay? Then geographic distribution, US, like I have from US, like top countries, right, are from US, United States, then Singapore, Canada, right? Google Search Console, you can see very worst here, right? And if I go Bing Webmaster Tools, performance is growing over the time, okay? And content audit, as you can see, traffic concentration. Yeah, it's basically the reports are from this Bing Webmasters, and then we have the pages which are performing really good, okay? Then engagement and landing pages. All of this has been created right in the real time. You can see, right, how helpful it can be. Here we have AI chatbot traffic, right? Which chatbot is bringing more traffic? Copilot is bringing 23% traffic. ChatGPT is bringing 59% of traffic. Then Copilot 23%, right? And Claude AI 26%, okay? As you can see, sorry, 18%. Then like you can see here, we have action plan that has been given to us, 30-day and 90-day action plan. First is set up GA4 conversion events, right? Then submit XML sitemap to Google Search Console, fix homepage engagement, right? And audit and fix internal linking. That is 1 to 2 week emergency fixes that we need to do it right now. So right now I'm going to execute that, okay, based on the implementation plan. Then we have this 3 to 6 weeks content diversification, right? Create 10 new cornerstone articles, right? Update and consolidate existing content, build backlink strategy for Google, right? 7 to 12 weeks, right? That is growth and optimization, optimize for AI chatbot citation, launch email capture strategy, expand social media distribution. So here we have the entire report that we wanted, right? And it's now I have the plan. Now I need to execute those things, right? I'm going to execute first the immediate plan that we have here, right? Okay, now we have a layer 5. So layer 5, I'm just going to ask it that what are the things that you can execute right now, okay? Just to show you, okay, it's not that I'm not going to execute. I'm really going to execute this thing in the next coming 1 or 2 weeks, or maybe in the next 6 weeks or whatever, right? But at the moment, to show you that what it can execute right now. So let's do that, okay? So I'm just going to paste it one prompt that I've just created. Based on the audit you did, can you execute the action plan? Only execute the tasks that can be completed right now. Only execute the tasks that you can implement immediately at this stage, like within 10 to 15 minutes. That's it, okay? And just going to enter that. So let's see if it can execute those tasks, okay? And what are the tools it may need from me to execute all this task. So I'm going to give you the output similarly, like before. Once the task is done, it's going to nearly like 10 to 15 minutes. So once it's done, I'm going to show you the result in front of you, right? So yeah, the previous chat was cancelled accidentally, but I did something, right? As you can see here, I'll be showing you here, okay? So I submit all the blog posts published in the month of May month, okay, to GSC and Bing, right? As you can see here, it's literally one of the different workflow. It's not that same workflow. It's a different workflow that I created, okay? So I submitted all the website, and also I edited my blog. Okay, I mean I also edited my theme of my website. Okay, I'll show you here. I optimized the core web vitals, as you can see here. All of this thing done by just giving a prompt to it. Okay, and it's real time. It built it like real time. It write the code and injected the code in my website. Right, all of this thing done real time. Okay, so here's the ghost theme here. You can see here, if I go through this chat, you can see that I fixed the entire ghost uh, theme, right? There are so it did 22. Okay, it did 22 execution. You can see that here, right? It improved my website totally, right? Before my website did not had breadcrumb schema, right? Then it added the breadcrumb stick schema. Before my homepage used to show 25 posts, but now it's showing 12 posts. Okay, total JS was before 143 KB. Now it's 49.2 KB, right? To render blocking JavaScript, right? You can see that is 143 KB and it reduced to 0 KB, and it also improved my website performance. Okay, before my website performance was something like 45. Now I think it's 85 or something like that. Okay, so it's from 45 to 85. We jump with the help of Google Antigravity. So if you also give all the tools, right, to Google Antigravity, and if you allow it to execute, if you allow it to run the real-time programs, and if you give to all the tools, then it can definitely improve the performance of your website, and it can slowly gradually boost your performance. Like it can really automate a lot of your tasks, right? That's so. Okay, we are now on the final layer, that is distribution and minor automation, right? So here it start with, like, here we have basic automation. As I told you that first we have N8N workflow here, right? And from here, when the blog post is published, it is published to LinkedIn. I think when the starting of the blog post published, right, I have already shown you, I think in the layer 2, right, I have shown that like when a blog post is published, it also goes to LinkedIn, right, for more reach. Okay, then we have in the N8N workflow one more workflow, that is Reddit keyword monitor, right? It monitors a Reddit keyword, okay, using a SERP API. And because we want to see which are the keywords that are performing well on Reddit, that are active on Reddit and showing on the search result, so that we can also create a content on those keywords, right? And also we can interlink those keyword in Reddit post and get traffic from there. So that is my goal basically here. Then we have then we have a one workflow, that is Pebble, so that once blog post is published on Ghost, it also published to Facebook, right, for more reach. Then I have other automation like email notification, then Slacks and Discord alerts, like content repurposing, right? Basically repurpose the content from like for LinkedIn and other sources. I have written here shorts, but it's not actually shorts, for LinkedIn and other, and also backup and archiving, which is automated. I have a backup system that I built, which is also automated inside hosting their VPS, and also using like in my cloud server that I have, right? I have also created in there. And there are so many minor automations are there, and I think I need a dedicated video for those things to show you up right here. Okay, so let me show you those automation. I think that will be better. You can see that I'm inside here N8N, right? And we have here that is Reddit keyword monitor. You can see here. Okay, if I open it, then you will see that. So you can see that it runs on schedule trigger, and it reads some topic from a spreadsheet, and then it's prepare a search query for Google using the search API, and then it purge the Reddit results. Okay, it get the Reddit results, get the answer, and then it analyze that, and then it put into the spreadsheet. Okay, and then we have a Google Gemini, Workspace Gemini, which analyze that for free, right? Once it is added here, and Google Gemini, Workspace Gemini, right, and it gives me the exact keyword that I want, right? So it's really helpful, I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm not going in very detail about this workflow. Then we have another one that I've created, that is for publishing to social media. Like when we have a blog post is published to Ghost website, right, Ghost website, then it automatically get the feature image, and then it upload to LinkedIn, and add the caption, and also add the link to the blog post, right? That's it. Then I have also one workflow on Pebble to publish the blog post on Facebook, right? So yeah, all this thing that I have at the moment. Okay, so that's all for this video. I have covered all the 5 layers. I know that it's little in brief, but for more explanation I need entire series for this. Like one video is not enough for that. Okay, so yeah, that's